this is Mary. I just wanted to say hello and welcome. If you're new to my little video series, I'm doing a video every Monday that is Ask Mary Anything, where I answer questions. So today, the question I'm answering is about meal planning, but before I get into that, it's also week 1 of kitchen organizing, which is a pretty big deal. I am actually really excited for this week myself. My kitchen is fairly organized, but there's some tweaks I want to do. Right now, my husband is taking a break from work. He works from home. It's his lunch hour, which he usually doesn't take, but today I asked him to. And he is actually adding shelves for me. This was on my list to help my kitchen get organized. So I just bought these shelves at, I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's, one of those. And he's just cutting it to fit. He has removed all the ones that were in there. You can hear him sawing outside. He's removed all the ones that were in there so he can cut the new ones to be exactly the same size. He's out there sawing on the back porch. No sawing inside my house, please. Anyway, so these are going to be going back up into there. So I'm excited. I'll definitely show you more about this on the blog and how to do this yourself and kind of some before and afters of some of these cabinets. That's going to have another shelf I'm really excited about. So should be getting organized. Anyways, I have a list of things. I'll show you, because you know, I love lists. So this is my little list of things that I want to do in my kitchen this week on week 1 of the organizing boot camp. So we're going to add the shelves. He's helping me do that right now. I'm going to reorganize the new shelves, so you know, put stuff on and everything. I'm going to hang up my measuring cups because they just slide around the drawer, and that's really annoying. I'm going to be fixing the drawer linings. I put down some drawer stuff and I ran out of tape, the drawer tape that I use. And so now I am going back and fixing the ones where I didn't tape them down. Let me see if I can find one that's in really bad shape. No, that one's just put. Oh, I guess it's one of these. I'm not going to open every single drawer to find the ones that are driving me nuts, but I thought that one was bad. See, my mind goes blank when I start doing a video. And so then I'm going to straighten the drawers. My kids help me unload the dishwasher, which means any drawer could have anything in it. That's the price I pay for their help, and it's worth it. And then I'm going to clear through the cups, thermoses, bottles, and lunch containers. Those are the things that just seem to grow throughout the school year. Like, how do we end up with more cups? Like, am I buying more cups? Are they just like floating into the house through the, you know, like the air? I don't know, but those areas always seem to get crazy. And then my pantry buckets need some labels. So that's what I'm going to be working on this week, which is why I'm in here. Isn't he so nice? Anyways, but as promised, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my meal planning and how I do it. So I have a section of my planner, and this is the new planner that is actually going to release later this week. So this is the first view anybody's getting of it. And I have a meal planning section. I have not filled this all out all the way because it's new to me too. I mean, I've had these pages in past planners, but you know, they're brand new pages with the new look in them. So I start, when I'm going to do my meal planning, I do it every Monday, and I grocery shop every Monday. It's easier for me to think of the week in terms of like Monday through Sunday. So whatever day you choose, try to make it consistent, because it's just easier on yourself to kind of go from a week at a time. So I pull this out of my planner. And this is a grocery list form and a menu on the same page. And this really simplifies things and helps me not forget things at the grocery store. So I have this little list, which I'll show you where it comes from. The side of my fridge. So my family knows that if they want something from me at the store, they have to write it on this list. So sometimes my kids will say, Mom, I need more toothpaste. Like, write it on the list. But over the years, people have really learned that. My husband is really good at, if he runs out of his favorite snack or something like that, he writes it on the list, and it magically comes into the house next time at the store. So it really is a system that takes away that stress from me, where people are like, hey, I need this, and I'm supposed to magically remember when I'm like in the middle of doing something else, not near a piece of paper. I don't know if your kids do that to you, like, Mom, I need this. Like, that's great that you need that. What am I supposed to do with that information right this second? So this is just good for everybody to know where that information goes, and it's beautiful. So as I come and I sit down usually. I have my planner with me. I have my recipe book. Sometimes I have a computer if I'm going to try some recipes from Pinterest or something, but I don't always try new recipes. Sometimes I just have our favorites, and that's okay. So I make a little plan right on the side, and I'll just write in, like, tonight we're having leftovers, and I'm trying to hold this phone with my left hand and write with my right hand. Tomorrow night we're going to have, now don't judge me for this, but we're going to have hot dogs. Because when I was looking through the bread box over there, I noticed there was a whole package of hot dog buns that hasn't been used. I think my husband got those when he ran to the store for something. So I want to make sure those are used before they go bad. Which actually, there's a whole thing I forgot on meal planning. Before I sit down with any of this, I clean through my fridge, and I look through my pantry. Oh my gosh, don't look in my lunchroom right now. My kids, just don't look in there. just kidding. Oh my gosh, yeah, that's like swimming towel things and recycle boxes. Yep, sometimes my lunchroom looks like that. Hopefully not for not long. Anyway, so I look through my pantry because I want to see, is there anything that's about to go bad? Because I don't know about you, I hate throwing away food that it just feels like I'm throwing away money to throw away good food, and it's just so wasteful. So the first thing I do is I look around and see what leftovers tonight. I made a lot for dinner last night, so there's good leftovers for tonight. And so that's what I do. I just fill out kind of my game plan for dinners right here, and then sometimes I do not need to consult a recipe to know what needs to go here. But sometimes if I'm going to do a recipe, like this is actually one of my favorite recently, is this one from Mel's Kitchen Cafe. So if I need to look at like a recipe, then I do, and it's right here, and I write down all the ingredients. I make sure I write down everything that my family wrote down, and then I can, throw this away. And then this, I cut this off, and there's a little line. I cut that off, I hang up the menu, and I take my list to the grocery store. So having the menu not just in my planner but where my family can see also really helps, because people like to know what's for dinner. They think about it all day, I think. I'm the only one not thinking about it all day because I've got a lot of other things to think about, but it seems like my family thinks about all day. Wow, that is a really loud cutting sound. I want to see. Let's see what happened over here. Oh, still missing shelves. I wasn't sure if you had put some more in. Anyways, well, I hope that kind of answered some of the questions about meal planning. I'm going to write up a blog post about it because I realized I've not really said a ton about meal planning on an organizing blog, which is probably crazy. I feel like my approach is really simple. The meal planning section of my planner has pages for like staple grocery supplies, so sometimes I'll look through here and remind myself, do I have all of these? Because people may not write this down because like maybe the carrots are almost out. So nobody emptied them and wrote them down, but like my kids need their little baby carrots. So this I haven't finished filling out, but I'll look through if we're feeling kind of in a plateau with meals, I'll remind myself of our favorites. Because it's funny how you can have a favorite for a while and then you kind of move past it and then you forget about it. I don't know if that's ever happened to you. And then there's pages for inventory. And then my favorite section, which this planner will start at the end of July, but where I write down meal planning calendar. And this is like really helpful to just kind of get a large picture view, or of what we're actually eating as a family. So I'll just write down what we're having for dinner here, and that is another great reminder of, oh yeah, we haven't had such and such in a while. Like, wouldn't the earth, like not have tacos for a while? Like, sometimes I can forget about tacos, like the world's easiest dinner. So I feel like this meal planning calendar is really great. Also, sometimes it points out to me if like we are eating hot dogs too often, for instance. Stuck on this hot dog thing. But all right, I hope this helps you just kind of get a glimpse into how I plan our menu. Feel free to watch from the beginning and look out for a blog post where I share more about that. And I wish you a week full of awesome organizing. I hope you get your kitchens really tip-top shape during the boot camp this week. So, all right, take care. Bye.